Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Tori Lynn. Let's blossom today. I'd originally planned today's video to be a chit chat, get ready with me anniversary edition, but things kind of got changed. My anniversary was on the 9th, which was when I was going to film this. Things have changed. If you guys haven't noticed or haven't seen on social media or the news or anything, I live in Oregon, and right now Oregon is on fire. There's a pretty large fire about 20 miles, maybe a little more away from where I live, away from my house. What we had planned to do for our anniversary is now on fire and burnt, and so we couldn't go and do anything, and the air quality is so bad, it's so smoky, and I talk about this more in my vlog that will be up on Sunday. But it's just a really crazy time right now, and so we weren't able to really do anything. We just stayed at home. We ordered some takeout and just spent the day together at home, which isn't usually what we do, but so usually I would get ready for our anniversary. I would do my makeup and get all done up, and I just decided that I was in a weird headspace yesterday. I was in a very weird mood, and so I just didn't. But I decided today to do kind of more of a chit-chat makeup look, kind of an anniversary themed makeup look, but more of a chit-chat style video than a tutorial, I guess, because I had planned to do a chit-chat video. So although my anniversary was yesterday, I'm still going to do an anniversary style makeup. I'm thinking kind of more of a soft romantic look. I don't really feel like anniversaries are for sultry or dark makeup, so I want to do something soft and romantic. That's the plan. So I'm going to start off with some skincare. I'm going to start with this. This is the D+ Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Pore Perfecting Serum. I got this in my FabFitFun, which if you haven't seen, I will link that video down in the description box. I just posted it earlier this week, but you just take a couple drops in your hand. This serum's pretty thick, has kind of almost a jelly feeling to it, and I just work it pretty much all over my skin, but really in those areas with those larger pores. So that would be like my chin. I get lots of little blackheads. And then my nose and the areas right next to my nose on my cheeks. But I also work it kind of everywhere on the skin. And I just kind of work it in until it starts to feel tacky. Like it's actually set down in that skin. Then I'm going to use the Stella & Grace, the Hydration Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This is kind of like a moisturizer. Hyaluronic acid is amazing for your skin. Makes your skin feel so supple and soft and young and healthy. I use this stuff every single day. I'm not kidding. It just is so good for your skin, and it makes my skin feel so good. I think I've talked about it before, but I actually had somebody, one of my family members, I was not wearing makeup when I went to my aunt's house, and she actually commented on how good my skin looked, because it's usually really splotchy, and even though I still have some, especially when I'm rubbing my face, if I'm touching my face, it instantly turns red, so it's gonna look splotchy right now, but I hadn't been touching it, and she just commented on how clear and like nice my skin looked, and I'm like, it has to be the hyaluronic acid because that's the only thing I use every day and consistently. So I'm gonna pop on a primer. Don't know why, but I have been loving this Believe Beauty Radiantly Primer. I actually bought this from the Dollar General, which I know is crazy. I was testing out a whole face of Dollar General makeup in a video, which I will also link down below. But I usually don't like glowy, dewy, radiant primers because I don't really love to look greasy, but for some reason I've either changed my mind and I just don't care and I like that really dewy look, or this primer does a nice job of making me look dewy without being greasy. Now, the one thing I can say about it is it does not fill pores very well, but honestly, I don't feel like that's that big of a deal, especially when you're using that pore serum that's supposed to help shrink your pores. Like, I honestly feel like it'll be fine. So I usually put that in on most of my face. I don't put primer on my chin a lot because it causes me to break out. And I don't know if I'm breaking out because I've been wearing a mask a lot more. I have to wear a mask at work every day, but then we also went shopping 2 weekends in a row and stuff where I had to wear my mask a lot more constantly. So I don't know if that's why, and also the smoke. I've been wearing my mask outside all the time because of the smoke, or if it's because of the smoke, or if it's stress related. I don't think it's feminine related, but Honestly, I don't know, but yeah, I've just had a couple breakouts, a couple there, one down here, one over here, one over here, and I'm just like, enough. I also want to mention that I am filming on a new camera, so if things look different, it's not centered right, or my focusing is off, that's because I'm working with this new camera. So this is kind of my tester run. Aside from vlogs, I've done vlogging stuff on it, but I haven't done a sit down video with it, so we'll see how that goes. Also, you're gonna notice if you've watched my videos before, I've got a new backdrop, or I have a backdrop if you haven't seen before. In the past, when I started my channel, I had a backdrop and I used it for a really long time. Late last spring or early this summer, I can't remember, I decided I wanted to try without a backdrop. I don't know, I like having the backdrop because not having a backdrop, I always had to make sure everything was perfect and pristine behind me, and I'm not a perfect and pristine housekeeper, so I like having the backdrop because I don't have to worry about what it looks like behind it. But now I do, because I have these little pimple guys going on. I'm going to use the Bella Pierre Cosmetics Pro Concealer Palette, and this is a color correcting palette. I'm going to be taking the green shade in the center there, and I'm just going to work it on those angry red areas. Then I'm going to take my beauty sponge and just kind of buff them out a little bit. Now I'm going to move into foundation. I've got a brand new bottle of one of my absolute favorite foundations. This is the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I am obsessed with this foundation. It has such a nice natural finish to it. I may be a slight tanner than this shade, but honestly it's been a couple months since I have really tanned, so most of my tan should be gone. So I just went with the shade I know fits me throughout the whole year. I use the shade Fair, which is the lightest shade. It's a brand new bottle, you guys. I'm excited. I haven't used this foundation in a while because I felt like I was using it every day on my channel. Then I started tanning, and so yeah, I hadn't really used this foundation. The other thing I absolutely love about this foundation is that you have to use hardly any foundation. I just put 2 pumps on. I usually need like a pump and a half. 2 pumps is usually more than you need, but I haven't used this in such a while that I kind of forgot, and I got in the habit of most foundations I need like between 3 and 5 pumps to get the coverage I'm looking for, and with this foundation you don't. You need 1.5 to 2, and I've got a lot of skin to cover, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I got a little double chin and chubby cheeks, so you know, foundation that only needs 2 tiny pumps is amazing. The first time I ever used this foundation, I put on like 3 or 4 pumps and was like, oh my god, there's so much foundation here, like what do I do with it all? And then, you know, you kind of work with it and learn what works best for you, and this foundation really only needs about 2 pumps at the most. And look how flawless this coverage is. This is just so good. I don't know, I am obsessed with this foundation. It is worth the investment. Now for concealer, I've been loving the Maybelline Insta Age Rewind. This may be a little darker than I need it to be because this is kind of my summer shade, but I'm going to go ahead and use it anyways. Yeah, honestly, it's about the color of the foundation. But we're going to use that. And then I'm going to use another foundation that's a little lighter to give us that brightness right on the inside there, right under the eye. I'm also going to put a little more coverage on a few of those nasty blemishes we got going on. Since I have the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Concealer sitting next to me, that's the concealer I'm going to use. I just kind of put a little triangle right on that inner corner there to brighten it up, and then you could even do a little on the nose, and I'll do a little on the Cupid's bow just for a little extra something today. I'm gonna take my beauty sponge and blend it out. Really hoping that the color on this video looks okay, because I feel like in the viewfinder everything looks very washed out, especially my face. And I'm hoping it's just because the viewfinder is pretty small in this camera that it really doesn't look like that. I'm going to take my favorite baking powder. This is the Coty Translucent Airspun Powder. I've been using this powder for years and I absolutely love it. Because it's an anniversary or a special event, I'm going to do all of my typical baking and then even some extras. So I'm baking like the spots on my forehead that like to crease, the spots around the edges of my nose that foundation really likes to settle in there, and then of course my smile lines and my chin. And I'm also, because of masks, I'm going to go ahead and bake the tip of my nose as well. This doesn't keep the masks from wiping off the foundation 100%, but it does give it a little bit of resistance, and that's just kind of the best you can hope for. I feel like I've tried so many things and the masks takes my makeup off no matter what. This will give it a little more resistance. So I want to go ahead and do my brows. My favorite product, which I just bought a new one of, is the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. I use the shade Taupe. I'm just going to go ahead and throw my brows on and I will be right back. Alright, brows are done. Brows are such a pain in the butt. I don't love doing brows. Honestly, dislike them very strongly. So let's go ahead and move into the eyes now. I want to do kind of a soft pinky dusty rose vibe that I'm kind of getting from my sweater. I think will look super cute. So I'm going to be using the Warrior 2 palette by Juvia's Place. I think I'm going to start with the shade called Zazz. If I butcher these names, then I'm so sorry, you guys. Terrible with names. And I'm going to coat my whole lid with that shade. This will just give us a nice soft base, and it will set down all that concealer and product that is already on the lid. Next, I'm going to go with the shade called Canna, I don't know. It's this really light taupey brown shade. And I'm just going to pop this in the crease. Not going to go real heavy with it or anything, just to give us a little something in that crease. I think I want to jump into the shade called Dora. I'm not really sure. It's the really soft, dusty, rosy pink shade. And I'm going to work this shade right over top of that color we just put in the crease. Now I want to go into the ColourPop's Disney Designer Collection Midnight Masquerade palette. And I think I'm going to use the shade called Mama Odie. It's a really pink, shimmery shade up on the top corner of the palette there. And I'm going to pop that shade right on the lid. Next, I'm going to take just a nice fluffy blending brush and give everything a really good little blend. This will kind of soften up those edges of the pink. Now I want to take the shade called Yoda and mix it with the Dora just to kind of get a darker pinky shade. And I'm going to pop that right in the outer corner. I don't want to go full brown because I still want to keep more a little bit of a softer dusty rosy shade there, but I want to add just a little bit of depth into the outer corner. I'm going to dip into Kufru just a little bit. It's the chocolatey brown shade. And I'm just going to put just a little bit down. Then I'm going to go back to that blending brush and just give everything a really nice blend again. Now as I'm blending it out, I'm kind of winging that product out a little bit. Just dragging it up and out just a little bit. Just to add a little something. Now I'm going to go back into the Midnight Masquerade palette, and I'm going to grab the shade called Spinning Wheel. It is on the opposite side of Mama Odie, and I'm going to pop that on the inner corner and a little bit on the brow bone as well. Next, I'm going to take my NYX Epic Ink liner and draw on a nice wing. Has some malfunctions with the liner. I forgot that the NYX Epic Ink liner, because I haven't done liner in a while, is for some reason all of a sudden it just got really juicy, and so it made some messes. So I ended up having to do kind of that inner corner point, which I was not gonna do, but it got really messy when I started on the inner corner, so we had to go from there. I really don't like doing the inner corner point. I haven't quite gotten it down, so itself is a little bit messy. Let's go ahead and set our skin and stuff down now. Actually, let's go ahead and throw a little bit of mascara on. I'm just gonna use my NARS Climax mascara. Let's go ahead and set the rest of our face, and we'll put our lashes on afterwards. I don't like doing that stuff with my lashes on. I don't know, I just don't like getting powder and stuff on the lashes because my foundation was a lot lighter, and I don't have a lot of lighter setting powders anymore just because we moved into summer, and so I had all my summer shades out. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. I really, really like this powder. I'm going to go ahead and sweep away my excess baking first. And then set my face with the powder. Now I'm going to bronze up, and I'm going to use my NARS Diffuse Bronzer in the shade Seaside. I just think this look deserves a nice soft bronze. I don't really think I want to go too ham and crazy with it. Then sticking with that bronzer, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly contour my nose. I haven't done a nose contour in a hot minute, for months now, because I don't really do my makeup anymore because I'm wearing a mask. And so it's like, even when I do put a little concealer and powder on, I don't contour my nose because it's just going to be covered up with the mask anyways. But we're not going anywhere, so let's jump in and do our highlight next. I'm going to be using one of my absolute faves. I've used this over and over on my channel. It is the Mary Luminizer from The Balm. The highlight is gorgeous. I absolutely love it. I repurchased it several times. It's so stunning. I'm going to give those cheekbones a nice good highlight, and I'm also going to highlight the forehead a bit. One little swoosh down the nose there. Sometimes I get a little like carried away, or I want to soften up that highlight just a tad. Do my blush afterwards. For blush, I'm going to be using, this is from the ColourPop's Disney Designer Collection. This is in the shade Kissin' a Frog. I think it's just a really pretty mauve-y soft blush. I'm going to go ahead and blush up those cheeks. Sometimes I feel like the highlight can kind of take away from the blush and stuff because it can be so strong, so I like to do it over top. And this blush actually has a little hint of shimmer to it as well. And then I'm going to do just a little on the nose because I think that that is a cute look, especially during the warmer months. I like to look a little bit sun-kissed, if you will. I'm going to put a little on my forehead to get crazy with it. I usually don't do that, so I don't know why I did, but I always put a little on my nose. Now, I think I'm pretty much done with the skin, so let's go ahead and set it all down. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. Now, I have a brand spanking new pair of lashes that I have never tried these before. These is the Ardell Double Up in the style Double Wispies. I've never tried these before, but they looked really pretty, and they have like so many different like layers to them. They just looked gorgeous. So I thought, you know what, let's try these out. Ooh, this was a good fan. These lashes are actually so pretty. Obviously my lash glue is still drying, but these are freaking gorgeous. I love these. They're really pretty. They're really long and full, but still wispy. I don't know, they're gorgeous. I love these. I absolutely recommend them. I mean, I love Ardell anyways. They always make good lashes, but these double wispies, which again, I have never heard of, in their double up line, are gorgeous. So I think for lips, I want to go again with something a little bit softer, rosier. So I think I'm going to use the lip combo in the Ish Cosmetics lip line in the shade #I'm Smoking Hot. And then I'm going to top it off with the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Dusty Rose. I just thought, what better than a lipstick called Dusty Rose. Love that lip look. Those two lip products actually complement each other really well. I think this look is really pretty. Absolutely love it. I think it's a really soft, romantic look. I think the wing kind of gives the eye more of a romantic look, but the rest of it's very soft and pink and just gorgeous. I am in love with this makeup look. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. I love that I have kind of that monochromatic Dusty Rose look. It even, you know, goes with my sweater, which this sweater is from Aerie, and it's got a really cute crisscross in the back. So cute. Love this sweater. Don't want to take it off even though it's like 90 something degrees outside. Don't care. It will be my fall and winter staple for sure, but this all goes together so well. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I enjoyed making this video. I enjoy making videos for you guys. If you ever have any suggestions of makeup looks you want me to do or videos you want me to film, then go ahead and comment down below. You guys can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I don't post much on Twitter, but it's also Blossom with Tori Lynn, and they are linked down in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.